I'm reviewing Ninja Gaiden for the Sega Genesis / Megadrive. I bought a cartridge off eBay a few months ago with screws in and everything, so it's like it's a proper Megadrive game. They've made it well. Now this game came out in '92, but it didn't really come out because it's a beta. But it was supposed to be released in 1992, but it never got released. I think it's a fun game. I mean, I've just beat it for the first time. I mean, today I think it's a really fun game, but it does have issues because it's only I think it's only 61% finished. It never got finished. That's why it got cancelled. It does have issues. I mean, the biggest issues they have is sometimes enemies don't show up or they're underneath the screen and you've got to hit them to progress. But when that happens, you can restart the level by pausing the game and pressing A. So good job they do that. Otherwise, that'd be a reset, wouldn't it? Unless you run out of time and you lose a life. I'm not sure whether the time runs out or not. But yeah, because it's not finished, it has issues like that. Like enemies are off screen, you can't get to them, and that happens quite a lot. It happens in the prison. I think it happens on the second level, the Niagara Falls. It can happen quite a lot. Unfortunately, each time you play the game, all the enemies are the same, and it's not a hard game, but it does have issues like you can lose lives. It's not a hard game. The enemies are not tough because the game's not finished. I mean, the enemies are not tough. The bosses are not tough. I mean, you can trap them on the left side of the screen, and then once they're at the end, the left screen, you can kick them off the screen and they die. Even the final boss is no harder than the first boss. I mean, the enemies can get a bit harder as they go on, but they're not really difficult. I mean, you start off with 5 lives and 4 health bars. Now I don't know what happens if you get a game over because I've never got a game over in this game because it's so easy. I mean, I don't know if you get unlimited continues if you lose all your lives or it's just a game over. I don't know that because the game's so easy. I can't even answer. You need to ask someone else. I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's not a hard game. Anyone who's good at gaming shouldn't even lose all of 5 lives in this game. I mean, it's so easy. It's not even finished. The enemies are so simple. They're not even difficult. The game's so simple. The enemies are not tough. The bosses are not tough. But the only issue I have with the game is that it's not finished. So you can lose lives trying to hit enemies off screen because you've got to figure out where they are to hit them. But you can keep trying, and if you lose like 1 life and you're scared to lose another, just pause the game and press A and start the level again, and you can hopefully get the enemies to spawn this time and keep doing that. But that happens too much because the game's not finished, so that's the biggest flaw of the game. But it is a fun game. It's the easiest Ninja Gaiden game, but the enemies are so easy and the bosses are so easy. But that's the plot of the game. You're Ryu, and the point is to find 2 people. Your girlfriend at the end. I forget her name. You rescue her at the end. First you got to find Jin. I think his name's Jin. And I think your girlfriend's called Rika. She's captive at the end of the game from the final boss. Once you beat him, you've rescued your girlfriend, and the credits. Well, there's no credits. It just tells you the plot of like all good things that come. What it says at the end of the game, and then the credits roll, and it's in Japanese text. I think it says the end. That's the problem. A lot of the text in the game is in Japanese, and a lot of text in Japanese, and a lot of, when it is in English, a lot of words they say are spelled incorrect. Like they spell stuff wrong, which is funny, which made me laugh. And there's also a boss that flips you off, which made me cackle earlier when I beat for the first time. He flips you off as you're fighting him. I think it's the music boss where he's holding a guitar as you fight him. But not really hard. I mean, it's a great game, but it's not finished, and the bosses are just too easy because it wasn't finished. What would I give this game? I'd give it a 7 because considering it's an unfinished game, it's still kind of fun. The only biggest flaw is that it has issues because it's not finished, like enemies off screen. But yeah, the game's in Japanese writing and sometimes English, but a lot of time when it's in English, I mean, it starts in Japanese, but when it's, I think it says the next stage and the end at the end of the game. But as you're going through each stage, you see English writing, but it spells a lot of words wrong. Like when you rescue the geezer you're looking for, well, you fight him, and then when you kill him, when he's dying, it's supposed to say I trusted you, but it says I trusted you, so they put an A in. And when Ryu says there's only one way to find out, it says on way. And other words too, like cutscenes before and after that they get wrong too. So the English is terrible, but it's still a fun little game for a game that wasn't finished in '92. Would I recommend the game because it's not finished? Yeah, I'd give it a 7. It's still fun, but just be prepared when enemies are off screen. Just pause the game and press A, and you can try the level again and hope all the enemies are on screen this time. You kill them all, and then you can move on. Because that happens a lot, even when you know where the enemies are. It can sometimes just piss you off when the enemies don't show up and you can't move on because of it. Doesn't matter what you do, and you've got to press start and press A to start the level all over again. That's the biggest flaw because it's not finished. If it wasn't for that, it'd be a great game. I'd give it more than 7, but because it's not finished, I have to give it 7 because of that biggest flaw where enemies off screen and you can't do anything about it. So yeah, I made this review longer than what I was planning to, but it's a fun little Megadrive game considering it's unfinished. It's only 61% complete, but it's still kind of good. Give it a go. I'd give it a 7 out of 10. Thanks. I think it's definitely available on eBay. I bought mine off eBay. Cheers.